Just made a cup of coffee in my new pretty coffee mug. It's my daughter's coffee station here. They're pretty roses from, I think, her anniversary. Okay guys, I thought I'd just do a quick video here. Here's my trailer in storage. I'm in 108. Just in case, you never know. Last time I stored a trail here, somebody got robbed. Got my pin lock on. I got my coupler lock on. My door is locked. And I have my tire lock on. And I also have my back door lock on. Always nervous leaving the trailer, no matter what it is. I had a pop-up here, I had a vintage trailer here. But, yeah, I'm going to have my knee replacement done, hopefully soon. I'm so hoping the surgeon has an opening soon and not like August, September. But we'll see. Alright guys. Well, hey guys, it's been a hot minute. So I am now unemployed. I quit my job at the campground. Yeah, I debated back and forth whether to do this video or not, but you know, at the end of the day, no one deserves to be treated the way I was treated by somebody I trusted. And back in March, or beginning of April, just months ago, I was called and asked if I would clean the cabins that we took over this year. So I said yes. And this was just when I found out that whatever job I have, half of it goes to pay my disability, or disability takes half of whatever I make. And so I owe $1,600 for my wages last year, so I'm paying that off. Because it was a big misunderstanding. I kept being told by anybody I asked, even my lawyer when I got disability a couple years ago, oh, you can make up to $1,200 a month before you have to claim it. Well, that's SSI. There's such a big difference between retirement SSI and disability supplemental income. So I got all this figured out. It's still actually being figured out because they took too much out this month. And so I was asked if I wanted to clean the cabins. So I said sure. And then when I finally got up there and started working, ever since I bought my truck 2 years ago, I have a fuel issue. I have run out 3/4 of a tank and a half a tank. So I had it checked right after I bought it, and I need a whole fuel line. And they said like it was almost $900 to replace the fuel pump, which is $97, the fuel line, and that includes the fuel sensor. So I was at AutoZone just recently and had the scan run again because my check engine light apparently had gone off, and that just came back on. And he said it was a fuel issue, and he pulled up the fuel pump for $97. So I asked my son's, the guy he lives with, my twin boys live with an old college roommate, and he's a backyard mechanic, and he said he would do it for me, and I'll just throw him $100. So for $200, I can get this fixed. So that was in my mind about doing the cabins over the past couple months. Do I want to go the extra 15 minutes down the road every day, up a dangerous cliff that someone just went off of 2 weeks ago, and put the wear and tear on my truck, and not be able to put gas in, because I put gas in every time I'd run to town, and I never got it below 3/4 of a tank again. And this was before I knew I could get it fixed cheap, right? So I decided not to do it. And then I talked to one of the other camp hosts. She had stopped by to visit, and she said, I told her that, because they were just going to open the cabins, and one wasn't being used this year because they're redoing it, so it was just going to be one. And she says, oh, you know, so-and-so asked me if I wanted to do it. And I said, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, that made me feel better that I wasn't leaving somebody in the lurch, right? But nothing had been said prior or in between when I was first asked and just 2 weeks ago. So, and then our maintenance man was at the cabins, and they were opening them up, and so-and-so said, oh, yeah, because he kept saying, oh, I don't think Jersey's going to want to clean the cabins because she has a truck issue. She just doesn't want to do it, which he never should have said anything. So they were aware that I may not want to do it, but had already asked someone anyway. So then he said to the maintenance man, oh, well, I'm going to ask so-and-so, and so-and-so to do the cabins. Okay, fine, you got 2 more people to clean this one cabin, which their campground is a golf cart ride away from where the cabin is. So he came over to my campground and said, I need to talk to you. And just the way he said it, I was by the dumpsters, so I drove the cart over the back of his truck, and I said, oh, hello. And I had this bad feeling, this vibe coming off of him. And he ignored me. And he's getting some wood out to give the maintenance man to make some signs. And when he was done, I almost drove away because I'm just standing there on the cart, like, da-da-da, like, why are you being rude? Like, you can't make small talk. Hey, how you doing? It was just weird. It was a weird moment. So when he gave the wood to the maintenance man, he said, so I want to talk to you about the cabins. And I said, well, I don't want to do it anymore. Well, that's the way it's going to be. Oh, I said, I spoke to so-and-so, and she said that she was going to do it. And he stormed off into his truck and slammed the door and took off. And the maintenance man said I hadn't seen him that mad since he fired somebody last year for making a purchase, a very expensive purchase with the company money. And I didn't do anything wrong. That's not part of my job description. I was not hired to clean a cabin. I was hired as a camp host. Anything extra I do is out of the kindness of my heart, the good person that I am, because it's my company, or was. And at the end of the day, yeah, it was extra money. But now that extra money is only half of what I was making, because disability takes half of whatever I make. So to me, that wasn't worth it. So I went about my business. I drove the golf cart up on the side of one of the bathrooms, and I went in and used the bathroom. I come out, and he's standing there and scared the shit out of me. Now, as an abused woman, you don't ever want to see a man standing there lurking, waiting for you. And he went off on me. And I had campers in the campground, and he's yelling, this company does everything to help you out and have you make money, and we give you every job that we can, and we even give you gas. And, well, I never asked for that. He made me feel like I was, what do you call it? It starts with a D. So poor. That's the way he made me feel, that I was just so poor. I was begging for jobs. Never did I do that. Never did I say, hey, anything you have, I'll do. No, never, because I'm too beat up to do most of the work I was doing. And he just went off and off. And I moved my mouth as soon as he started speaking, and he pointed his finger right in my face. You're going to let me finish. And I froze. I absolutely froze and didn't know what to do or say. And he walks away and he goes, and by the way, so-and-so isn't the boss of this company, meaning the other person that said that she was hired to clean the cabin. I was in shock. This is a person that I trusted. This is a person that's been nice to me. And he purposely, the thing that got me the most was after he left the first time, when I said I didn't want to clean the cabin anymore. He purposely came back to verbally attack me, to make me feel guilty, to say, yeah, I'll do it. Don't bully me. Don't push me around. To me, that was a verbal abuse. That was psychological abuse. That was a tactic he used to try and get me to change my mind. So I didn't sleep for 3 days. That was a Wednesday. I won't leave the bird alone. And Friday, I had to run to town to get my truck looked at, and I had some other things to do in town, and we were empty. I had 3 campers. It was a rainy kind of day, and I get a message, a voicemail, and he went off again on me about, you are not allowed to leave the campground on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, it's a day that they pick up money. And I waited and waited till 10 o'clock, and the maintenance man came to the campground, and I said, hey, when is he coming up to collect the money? Oh, he's on his way. He goes, but I'm going down there. I'll take it to their house, because he was on his way there. So I said, fine. This has happened past 2 years. Things have been done like that. So it wasn't something new. Well, you can never leave the campground on a Friday when money's being picked up, and you need to be in the campground Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, and you're not allowed to leave, and went on about picnics. This year there's no picnics, but signs hadn't been made yet. So we'll have picnics again. No one had come in to picnic in the past week. there was a man that was at a table near me. I told him it's a fee area. He yelled something to me, and they got up and left. Him, his wife, and two little kids, and I think his mother. I looked over there on another site, so I drove over there. I said, "Sir, this is a fee area. You have to pay to be in here." And he says, "No, I don't. This is public land. I am not paying you, nor am I leaving. Show me the paperwork." I said, "This is a fee area. This is a campground. You have to pay to be in here. You show me that paperwork." And he's pumping his chest up at me, and he's screaming at me. And his wife and mother are, no, we're sorry, we're leaving. So as I'm pulling away, I remembered the big red and white sign on our billboard. It says fee area. So I'm driving around there. The women are like, "Oh, no, we're leaving." The little boy just forgot something. I said, "No, I just want to show you this big red and white sign here that says fee area. You have to pay to be in here." And that was the only person. Another disabled guy came in. "Oh, I always park here just for a few hours and look at the lake. Don't I get a discount?" And so no one purposely came in to picnic. So he was accusing me of not allowing picnics. And another tactic he used: the campground's not making enough money to pay your wages. Who says that to somebody? The campground just opened. July 4th, we are booked. Usually it doesn't get really busy until after the 4th of July. And reservations just opened. Most of the campsites are reserved. So by then I was done, but my daughter and son-in-law were coming up for the night. So I told her and just started crying. And now mind you, when he came at me at the bathroom, I hadn't cried over putting my two dogs down. I mean, there was a few tears, but I was so prepared for it. Since my son was killed and his pregnant wife, and the way my family treated me over that, I have shut down my emotions, to shut them down. So when Elliot and Violet were put down, yes, I was upset. I wasn't sobbing, crying. I was just prepared for it. It'd been a few years. I knew that this was going to happen. I cried for an hour. I didn't sob, but the tears just kept coming. Like my eyes just kept welling up, and he upset me that bad. And then when my daughter came up and I'm telling her, I did it again. I called my friend right after it. I cried on the phone with her. That's how badly he upset me. So I told my daughter Friday night that I'm leaving. I'm pulling out in the morning. I'm done. So I packed everything up. I texted him and said, after the incident on Wednesday, I chose to leave this morning. So I get a text message back. Avoids talking about the incident on Wednesday and said, "Sorry to see you go," or something. "Sorry, we could have worked things out." How do you say it? "And if you quit over the fact that you have to be in the campground Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this is something I tell all of the camp hosts." That I didn't care about that. I did not care, because if I need to go do something, I do it. We're told we do our chores in the morning. We have all afternoon to do what we want. We come back late afternoon and we check our campers in, clean the bathrooms again, end of story. This having to stay 24/7, 24 hours for those 3 days. No. If it's busy, that's a different story. Like before the July weekend, yeah. Would I have gone anywhere probably on a Saturday? No. Sunday, a couple years ago, a friend of mine, we always ran down and did our laundry after our chores early in the morning, or always back early. I always leave early in the morning. I left before 7 a.m. the other day to do laundry and go shopping. And I'm back early. Because I'm not one to chase the people that check in. I like to get them done as they come in. So he avoided my comment due to the incident on Wednesday. Never mentioned it. To me, that's a narcissist. And I said nothing at all about the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday thing. Nothing. Nothing. Not even to the maintenance man. Said nothing, because it didn't mean anything to me. But that was it. I quit. I am done. Do not abuse me ever. I made a point to myself years ago that I won't put myself in a situation where I'll be abused. That I have to protect my mental health. That is number one to me. If he did this time, he's going to do it again. And he's going to carry that anger all season. All season. And I've seen in the past 2 years him scream at a person with a loose dog from the step of his trailer across the campground. Don't behave like that. Don't. And to me that bothered me. I heard him fixing a trailer, the utility trailer, and the language out of his mouth with campers in the campground. Don't do that. And I kept thinking, does he talk like that in front of his wife? To me, that was abusive. And it just, those little things stuck in my head. But he's a nice man. But don't mistreat me like that. You purposely came back to the campground to verbally attack me. And I'm done. So I'm getting my knee fixed. On the other hand of this, I have an appointment next week. Well, the appointment was for my hip, but I fell 2 weeks ago in the campground. My bootlace got caught on my other boot, and I fell and went down hard on my bad knee. So now I have the opportunity. My daughter and son-in-law said I can stay here, just get your knee fixed, because I need a knee replacement, get that done with, and then by the time I'm all healed up, it'll be almost fall, and I can go about my winter travels. So I'm staying at my daughter's now, and Owen's enjoying this fenced-in backyard. And I put my trailer in storage yesterday, and that was a sad moment. As we're pulling away, she just looked so sad and lonely. I'm like, I'll be back, girl. I think my younger daughter and her boyfriend are coming out from the Denver area this weekend. So I hope so, because she was supposed to come up camping. But other than that, I will try and get some videos up, because now I don't know what kind of content I'll have. And things have been on and off up there anyway, because I didn't have internet, so I couldn't upload videos and went all the way down to town, and sometimes the library took forever. So anyway, I'll stop rambling. I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying the weather. Right now it's a beautiful day. Yesterday it was in the 90s. I'm not used to the heat at all. It's been in the 60s up there in the mountain, which is perfect for me. But as you can see, it's nice and shady and partially sunny. It's just a beautiful day right now. So I'll let you guys go, and I hope you're all doing well.